Hi everybody, welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger, and in this show, everything is about stringing material, knotting, braiding, macrame slide knots. And in today's lesson, it's going to be a simple lesson, but I'm going to cover a couple of things. I know I've done a lesson like this, several months back, but I want to talk about two specific chords, which is Griffin versus the Hawaiian twist, and when to use one over the other. And if you're using either one and you run into this little tiny problem, which I'll show during the lesson, like how to fix it. It's a really cool tip, and I think you'll really enjoy it because it'll be like an aha, now I know. But we're going to get into the products, and then we're going to just jump right into the customer show, and then the project. But leave down below where you're watching from, because I'm always curious to see like what state, what city, what country, because a lot of the viewers are like they view from like all over the world. It's really interesting to see, like how this community is built, because it really means a lot to me that, so many people are watching from so many different places. Anyway, here are the products on today's show, and we're going to jump right into the customer show and then the project. All right, so here are the goodies on today's show. The first product is these silver tone round beads. They're 11 by 3.5 millimeter. I mean, if you look at some of my past shows, I have used these quite a bit. They are on clearance, so get them if you can, because I really like them, and you get 200 of them. So like I said, very limited quality. I mean, there's not 200 units total, there are 200 beads total. Right now, according to my notes, are only 26, but they might be sold out, so get them. And then the next item, this beautiful fluorite. As a matter of fact, I used that in the necklace that I made, which is this one. I mean, I'll talk about it like during the little show that I'm going to do. But these are large hole, and this cord that I use is a Griffin number 14. So the beads, I mean, the knots fit. I think there may have been like one bead in the whole strand where it didn't fit, but they're large hole, so that means you can braid with them. I mean, you could do a lot with the large hole bead. These would look really cool, actually, like macrame. But fluorite is hands down probably one of my favorite type of gemstones. They're very, very beautiful, and so. Let's see, and these are, this is a closeout buy, guys. So, if you don't have them, get them. And they're 30% off right now. And the next product is the Magic Knotty-Do-It-All. And with the holidays coming up, now is the time, I'm not kidding, to start making jewelry for selling it. Or even like, if you have like a jewelry maker in your life, this is going to be like a really awesome gift for them. And you can get them either the small board, which is more like a travel size. I mean, it does like almost everything that you can do with the big board, except the big board does some really cool things. This one you could do like the tiered, and actually I have a couple of customers that teach, and they use one board for two people. They just like position it the other way, and one person gets one half, the other person gets the other half. And honestly, I can work on maybe like 3 or 4 different projects at the same time on the big board. And each of these, it comes with the hardware. And that's one of the really cool things about this tool, is that the hardware, you can reconfigure it in like a bunch of different ways depending on what you're doing. If it's a multi-strand, a tiered, a moose knot. I mean, it's almost like, I mean, once you learn how to use it, it's like it just becomes like a part of you. It's I don't know how to explain it, but it's amazing. And so you can get your hands underneath your work, which is really important. So tension, hands underneath your work, and you can measure while you work. So practically like everything that I make, I would say 99% of all the jewelry I make, one way or another, comes through this board. I mean, even if it's because I mean, I've lately, I've been practicing like weaving, but this board, I use it like to like do all the finishing. I've got like tons. I think it's my area of expertise is finishing the ends of cord. And let me tell you, like here's a good one. Like check this out. So this is a coil knot here. Look how cool that is. And then over here, I talk about like macrame binding knots and like when to use them, how to use them. And that's the biggest problem that people have is like that was my biggest problem when I started working with cord was like, how on earth do I do this? Anyway, this is like awesome. Remember, it makes a wonderful gift. If you have like a jewelry maker in your life, they'll absolutely love it. And let's see, okay, but those are the fluorite. And then next we have you know what? I looked online and I think these are gone. You know, I hope they're not. But these are like these have come through my rotation several times, and I really like them. There's so many things you could do with a large hole beads, and these are just really pretty. As a matter of fact, one of the bracelets, oh, where did it go? It was, oh, I love it. Just look how pretty this is. Oh my goodness. I hope they're not gone. But look, this bracelet is just so pretty, you know, and it's like, look at that. I mean, there's just like something like so soothing and pretty about it. So, you know, I'm just saying, you know, if they have them, grab them. So anyway, that's the JLW13760. And let's see, next we have, ooh, okay, these are really cool. Actually, about 9 months ago, I thought to myself, I wish there was like a rectangular type jump ring. And these are nice because they're 18 karat gold over stainless steel. And they're not closed, but being that they're stainless steel, they're pretty tough. You know, they're not like extra easy to bend. And I know in the past I've said, oh, you know, don't put like cord on an open ring. But the project I remember I wanted to do, the cord was thicker. It was like a 1 millimeter faux leather. So if it's a thicker cord, you know, that's fine. But if it's like a really thin cord, like maybe like a size E silk, you know, that's not a good idea. But these will be good for like leather and like just any type of stringy material that's thicker. And I really love the rectangular ones. I think those are my favorites. And then the next, okay, this set is you get the jump rings. It says okay, button. A set of 4 in 4 different designs in 3 tones and jump rings in 2 tones. So obviously it's gold and silver. And the button that I used on this necklace, which I really like this button, but let's see, where's that necklace? This is a pretty button. I mean, let's take a look at the button. So, whoops. See that it just like worked perfectly. And it's not like so heavy that it like, you know, pulls it down, but this is I really like this button. And look at, you know, the hole size are big. So if you're working with like leather or something like that, then that's a nice button. And the other ones are pretty too. I mean, I'm not trying to like pick a favorite, but they're all really nice. And let's see, in the last item is the natural and black 2 millimeter leather cord set of 2. You get 4 meters total. And right now this is 20% off. And I like Leather Cord USA leather. It's one of my favorite types of brands of leather. It's consistently like good, because I know I mentioned in I think last show I bought some like cheap leather because I thought all leather was the same, and it was embarrassing. I mean, I made one knot and the thing just snapped. Anyway, we're going to jump right into our customer show. So here we go. You guys like sent in some really beautiful things. So first we have Sarah, North Carolina. This is a macrame bracelet. It's, you know, one thing that's interesting about this bracelet, when it's closed, it's almost like you can't see the macrame slide knot because it blends right into the entire bracelet. But look how cute that is. Oh, it's got some little hollies. It's like a Christmas bracelet, Sarah. Like, I guess you could say that it looks like snowballs, right? Very cute. And then next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Oh, these kind of look like the bracelets I'm making today. She was telling me that she's been selling a lot of bracelets. She said the simple, you know, the more simple things, she says, are selling really well. These are really pretty. You know, and that's the interesting thing about these bracelets and the lesson I'm going to do today. They're simple, they're easy, but look, sometimes less is more. I mean, look at the pink one. I love those beads. That shade of pink in a bead is my favorite because I know that like I don't know, about a year or so ago I bought some that I'm supposed to sell on my website, but I'm a hoarder when it comes to pretty beads, and I kind of like I used them all because I loved them. Very beautiful, Laura Lee. I love it. I like the all the beads on the ends, you know, like little sticks. And then next we have Nana Scotland. Okay, this is a handmade polymer clay puff pendant with wax jewelry cord, macrame necklace, and sliding clasp extender. Okay, let's, it's purple. Oh, look how pretty. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm trying to learn how to, I mean, very basic like macrame. And there's no way I could do anything like this ever in my life. But look at the bail. Oh my goodness. It's got like a little bead in the middle. Oh my God. I don't know how you do that, like how you remember like to do like one side and I would be like abstract, like Picasso because, you know, I could not do that. There's no way. No way. And then next we have Marlene. This, okay, I really like this necklace. It is so cool because this is the hand woven technique. That one is pretty challenging. That's one of the more challenging lessons that I do. And the thing is, when you get it, it does go pretty quick and it's kind of therapeutic. But look at this. This just came out really nice. And she improvised on the bail, and I think it's just like absolutely adorable. Look at that. It's got the little heart with the shell. It's got such a nice rustic look. I love it, Marlene. Thank you so much for sending it in. And look at the, I just think it's so beachy and summery and like beautiful. And then next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Ooh, okay, this got a 2 bead in there. Oh, look at the beautiful, beautiful coil knots. Very nice. Ooh, look at that. Let's see, it's got the button. Oh, it's got the little, okay, that part right there is like a little extra thing, right, Sarah, with the leather and then the extra bead. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, those red berries, like not cherries. I don't know, holly. I need to go back and look at my my plants, but or tomatoes. I like tomatoes. Very cute. And then here's more bracelets from Laura Lee. Oh, let's see what we have here. Okay, we've got the blue with the silver and the macrame slide. Ooh, braided. Oh my goodness. Laura Lee, did you braid that whole thing? Oh my gosh. But you know what? Sometimes it's extra work, but it's worth it because customers notice the details. I'm not kidding. They notice. When you have like little details like that, they're looking. And okay, this one is, it's got the knots. Ooh, those pretty blue cube beads and then a little seahorse. Ooh, very nice. And let's see the, and I'm gonna guess that the other ones are stretch bracelets, Laura Lee. I don't know because I don't see, unless it's hiding somewhere. Oh, Studio 67, that is Laura Lee's brand name. I like that, Studio 67. And then next we have Sarah, North Carolina. This is last week's project, and I just love, 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 love the color combination. He's got like a crew yellow and brown. Very nice. And this is on cotton cord. And look at that little dangle, very pretty. This one's nice. I like that. Did you use the beads that are on like the ones on today's show, Sarah? The blue magnesite, maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Let's see, next we have Nana Scotland. Okay, this has got like the macrame beads on the outside, and I love the buttonhole that you made. And this one, okay, it says, okay, handmade polymer clay focal, which I get, the macrame strap. Okay, the button and loop clasp. Does this have 2 buttons, Nana? Because I see 2 gold like things on the end, and I was wondering if it had like 2 buttons or if there's 1 button and then a dangle. And then, ooh, oh, you look at that polymer clay bead. It's got like a stone in it. That's such a good idea. I never even thought to do that. Oh, I'm gonna try that. Huh. You put it in before you bake? You must put it in before you bake it. Very nice. And then, ooh, oh, Laura Lee. Okay, here are these those bracelets. I'm gonna guess they're stretch. And then look at the labradorite one with the cowrie shells. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. It's got like such a sophisticated boho vibe. Very, very nice. Let's see who we have next. Oh, this is our last one, guys. Sarah, North Carolina. This is another, I think these are wooden beads, Sarah. I think one time I asked about them and you told me they were wooden. And it's got this one's got two colors, alternating. Very cool. I noticed that. And it's got, let's see what else. Let's see. Oh, you used like a gray cord in the middle? Ooh, very nice. And then you braided the little ends. What a nice little touch, because it gives that like nice little contrast, and it's got little dangle shell. Very, very nice. Anyway, guys, if you want to send anything in, email it to me at theknotty-do-it-all@gmail.com. All right, so off to our lesson. Guys, you guys got to have me in stitches. You are so funny. The some of the comments, and I want to just welcome everyone. We've got like Susan, Michael. Oh my gosh, Michael, like stop. Mars. Wow. How's yes, and Rita asks, how's the weather in Mars? Yes. Let's do this lesson. Okay. I'm going to be comparing the Griffin to the Hawaiian twist wherever it went, which is this one here. Okay. The main difference is the Griffin bead cord, whether it's the silk or the nylon, it's woven for drape, because like for pearls, beads, and and stuff like that, you want like drape, and it's a light twist. And the thing about it, and I've seen it, and I've had customers saying, oh my goodness, what happened to my string? And the thing is, it is not a very good string to put a slide knot on. You see what happens? This one had a macrame slide knot, and the strings just kind of like come apart. But you just got to know how to deal with it, how to use this kind of cord. And what you want to do is, I mean, that doesn't mean it's a bad cord. That means you just don't want to put a slide knot on it. So what you would do in a case like that is opt for like the button closure like this, where there isn't any like sliding on the cord. So it maintains the drape and everything stays intact. The Hawaiian twist cord, on the other hand, can easily take a slide knot because it is very tightly twisted. As a matter of fact, during the demo, I'll tell you like one really important thing you need to do when you're using it is like, because with the Griffin, you can like do, let's say you make a bracelet, you can cut it and move on to the next one. But with the Hawaiian twist, you have to, I mean, it's like popcorn. If you cut it without putting a knot first on the end, it will just like explode like a poof. So it's really important to put the knot on there. But the advantage of having a really densely twisted cord is that you can put a slide knot on there. And the other thing with about the Hawaiian twist cord, it's waterproof. It's very, very strong. I mean, the only disadvantage, which is to me is not a big deal, is that it doesn't have as much drape as the Griffin, but it is it's just a tougher, like stronger cord. And so depending, let's say you're rough with your jewelry. I literally, guys, this is no joke. I will make a bracelet and put it on. As a matter of fact, I did some weaving. I'm practicing my weaving. And then the first thing I do is I go and like do the dishes and stick my hand down the garbage disposal to dislodge a penny that got stuck in there. I didn't even take my jewelry off. So I'm that type of person. I will shower in it. I will wash the car. We'll jump in the pool. So if you're that kind of person, you might want to opt for like Hawaiian twist cord because it's a stronger cord. Let's see. I'm just looking at some of the comments to see if there are any questions. Okay, so this cord here, I'm going to be using the Hawaiian twist, and just so you know, okay, the Hawaiian twist cord does not come with a leadered needle. It is bent on the end, just exactly like the Griffin is, because Griffin is, I mean, if you take the, oh, you know what, hang on, I had some Griffin here that didn't have hang on, let me find it. It didn't have a needle on it. Did I lose it? Is it this one? That one? I've got so much stuff here. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because the point I'm trying to make is the Hawaiian twist cord. See, it's bent on the end, on one end. See that? So you will need to add a leadered needle, and I'll show you how. It's pretty simple. So it's one thing you need to know, like if you do get this cord. So you just want to look for that that bent end, and you want to work from the opposite end, because this end is very important. If the beads are big enough, you can bypass the having to put the needle on, because a little while ago I thought, you know what, the holes on these beads are big enough. I don't need the leadered needle. But if you're using something smaller, I'll show you how to do it. So you get a peg, and then you just hold it, and then you just kind of like untwist it and just get the peg right in there, and poof. See that? Let me I'm trying to zoom in here. Hang on. Okay, I think that's as far as it'll zoom. And then and if you're not familiar with the leader needle, I know I talk about these all the time. It's a needle, thin needle. See that, with a fishing line. And my favorite combo to use is the John James 12 with the number John James 12 with the size 6 fishing line. In extreme cases, like for really, really tiny beads, you will need to step down to the size 15 needle, and then maybe like some quilting thread. So let's just get this in here like that. And then the knot you want to tie. And I know that a lot of you know this, but I do get a lot of like new people on the show, and plus a refresher is never a bad thing, because I did have someone comment that even though they've seen this like 1,000 times, that there are some tips and tricks that I offer along the way that are invaluable, that they just never thought to, remember. Well, I guess you don't think to remember. They just didn't remember. So there's the leader needle, and then you just kind of like wiggle it till where it's into the fold, just like that. See that? All right. So let's zoom out. So you can put your beads on that way, and okay. So that's how you do that. Let me move this aside for a second. Okay. Let's talk about, okay, I'm going to do a production tip first, and then I'm going to tell you about like that, what I had going on here. And then there was another one. Am I wearing it? No. Huh. I have so many of these. Do you guys see another bracelet like this? Oh, where is it? I don't know, but that's beside the point. Okay, so on the what I do, like when I'm using either the Griffin or the other cord, because this is the type of bracelet that I do sell a lot of. Even though I can make way more elaborate designs. As a matter of fact, I was talking about to Laura Lee. A lot of people just like really simple, like straightforward, bracelets. They sell fast. And plus, it's good for you. They're easier to make. So, at the end of the day, time is money. So what I do here, and I forgot to do it on this one, but I'll do it on, oh no. Woohoo. I'll do it on this one. Okay. Or that one. Because it was such a cool tip. Okay, we're just gonna do it on this one. We'll just pretend like I didn't forget. Because one thing that I do when I'm making my jewelry, which you're gonna love this, is I use these tear-proof price tags, and I stick it into. You know what? Let me do this. I forgot. See, I strung these on. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Okay, production tip, because there's so many things I want to talk about. The Hawaiian twist cord, I calculated that you can make 5 bracelets like this, like with these have 15 beads. The middle part here is 6 inches, and the ends are 2. So if you want to use less beads and get the same length, I'm gonna that's what I wanted to. The other tip I was going to tell you. So but what happened on this one, when I made the original bracelet, I don't know if you could see it here. Okay, here's the deal. It was the beads were strung on a pink cord, and they looked pink to me. But after I strung them, they didn't look so like pink. So I thought if I incorporate like a pink cord into it, maybe I can get a little bit of that pink color back, and it worked. And it's really interesting because there was enough space that I could actually put in an additional cord along with the Hawaiian twist cord, and then knot both of them together. Isn't that cool? And another thing that I thought about, this is a really good tip, because there was isn't it the worst, guys, when, to me, like the ultimate worst is when you're making a bracelet and like 50 beads, boom, 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 everything's going good. And then there's that one bead that the hole's too big and it goes over the knot, and you're just like, then you got to like undo like all the beads you just strung on because of one bead. Most of the time, what I do is I just find a way to snap it off, either like, I don't know, with a hammer or something, but there have been times where I've done that and it broke the cord. So I just like, ugh. But it's a fact of life that does happen. So the way I do this, I'll show you. So I think I told you the production tip here. Since I know that I can make around 5 bracelets, I string them all on. See that? So here's bracelet number 1, then bracelet number 2, then bracelet number 3. So that way it saves you a lot of time, because I do my knotting that backward thing. Oh, and another advantage to the Hawaiian twist cord, since it is so tightly wound, you do not need to use a knotting awl, because I do mention that with braided cord you don't. So let's just jump into this and let's make one. So so I have my bead. Let's see, I'm going to get my first bead. And these are so effortless. I mean, honestly, I love it because I don't even need to think. That's my kind of like jewelry. Like you can make it, it looks pretty, it's well made. And okay, there's the first one. And then I always put a bead on the end, and then like measure 2 inches over. So I'm going to take, and let's see, let me grab this part here, and I want to time this to see. I'm going to do it like in real time, like how I actually work, and let's see how long this takes. Okay, it's 10:29. Let's zoom out, because I want you guys, if you're not knotting like this, I want you to do this. Okay, so it's 10:29, so I'm just going to go. So see how I do it backwards? And I've seen a couple of like Instagram videos where people say, oh, look at my new knotting technique. And they do the backwards thing like this. And they're doing it with like a chopstick. Guys, do not use chopsticks to do this. That is like the worst. You need, if you're going to use anything, use a Knotty-Do-It-All, por favor, because a chopstick, if you're using silk, it's going to snag your cord. It's not going to give you a nice tight, okay, I'm timing myself because I want to see, I started at 10:29. Uh-oh, yep. God, just think about like all the, you could like do this in your car. Okay, I've decided there are like 2 things in my life that I don't like. I do not like being bored at all. That means even like sitting in the car at a red light. So my new thing now, and you'd be surprised, I made like 6 necklaces just waiting in traffic yesterday. I mean 6 bracelets like this, because I decided, you know, when if I'm waiting at a red light, I'm taking my stuff with me. And you know, I don't think I could, I know that like right now in California, it's hands-free. Yeah, you can't touch your phone, but there's no law that says you can't touch your beads. So let's see if I get a ticket for making a bracelet while I wait at a red light. Okay, so now I'm going to measure out 2 inches, 2 inches, right, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to put a clip in there just to make the, make it think that there's a bead on there. It's like a little stopper. Look at that. Okay, 10:29, 2 minutes. I mean, that is insane. Okay, remember, okay, this, I'm doing the last knot. And remember I said with the Hawaiian twist, if I cut this right here without putting the next knot, it is going to poof. So we're going to put the next one here. Uh-oh, let's do this. 31, 32. Okay, tighten it and then cut. Boom. 29, 30, 29, 30 to 132. Maximum 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. And it takes about 2.5 minutes for a macrame slide knot. So, and you sell this for like say $20, $30, you know, depending on like how you sell your stuff. Ta-ta. And so I'm going to put this aside. And then the next thing you do is you just like melt the ends. And I am going to do that. Let me, I hope my fan doesn't like, oh, there it goes. Then you tap it down. And these are so, I love them. And then what's even better, let's say you want to use less beads. Thing about using less beads, less materials, way faster, like maybe less than a minute to make. And then you could sell it for like $18 or $20, and people will buy it because these are the bracelets, oddly enough, that sold the most for me were, okay, I'm going to show you. This like style was just a 3. And okay, I'm going to do what I was going to show you earlier, which is this. So what I do is, which I forgot to do on these guys, I slide the price tag onto the bracelet. Okay. See that? So it's permanently on there because, you know, a lot of times if you sell your jewelry at a boutique and then the price tag falls off, it's always, you know, and someone says, oh, I want to buy this. And then the shop owner, they're like, well, we can't sell it because it doesn't have a price tag. And then they got to get it. It's just, if you put the price tags permanently on there, you will not have that problem. So let's put this back on. And the next thing I'm gonna like show you is like how to like get that measure that I was telling you about, because this ends up being my target, regardless of the beads I'm using, I always go like 6 inches. See that? 6. And then this is 2 inches and 2 inches. So it's always 10 inches. But, you know, I had a customer, they're like, what if I want to like use less beads? Like, how do I make it 10 inches? So let's say you want to use 3. So what I do is I take this bracelet here and I put it on the ruler and I'm like, so 3 beads is 1 inch. Ta-ta. So I take my calculator, and I mean, those of you that are like super math people, you don't need to do this, but sometimes you do, just to be on the safe side. So you take your 10 inches and you subtract 1, because that's the little group of beads. So you get 9 inches. Now, that means half the bracelet has to be 4.5 inches and the other half has to be, so you 4.5. So divide it by 2. Okay, 4.5. So what I do here then is, let me put my knot on the end. And now I'm going to measure 4.5 inches. So let's go over here, 4.5, right there. So I'm going to put my clip on just to make it, it's like a fake bead. And let's do this. And guys, this like literally takes a second to do. I mean, this is like, I mean, you don't tell anybody. I mean, that's our secret. Just because it's quick and easy doesn't mean that, you know, you can't get the money that you want for it. So we have like a little secret club here with all the top secrets. And remember, like I said, you don't need any, oh my God, you could do this like literally, I kid you not, with your eyes closed. I'm going to close my eyes right now. And I'm just like, you can like take a nap while you do this. That's what, like, you know, that's one thing I love about it. If I'm kind of tired, I'll just close my eyes and just, you know, like do this while I am like taking my nap. Okay, so there's the 3 and the, oh, see, okay, I'll talk about that little problem in a minute. So because remember I mentioned earlier, like sometimes like some beads are a little bit bigger, but not that big a deal. And then what you do is you measure 4 inches and then put your little tag in there because you don't want it to come off. So then you like measure, oh, you know what? Let me do my little fake bead thing because that's the best. So let's go let's just go over here, 4.5, right there. And, whoa, my thing turned off. Hang on, guys. I want to see I don't know why it turned off. Just 1 second. Okay. Let me get to JTB Extra. Where am I? Hang on. Okay, there I am. Okay, then you do your bead. Your knots, I mean. And tighten. And then you put your stopper bead. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to show you is how to do that other thing. A customer appreciation event. You know, I don't know anything about that. Is there? Okay, guys, I don't know anything about does anyone know about the customer experience in person? I do not. I heard something about it, but I don't know. I have not been notified. I'm gonna flip this over. And oh, you know what? One thing I like to do, because I kid you not, I like my beads, I mean my knots to be extra, extra tight. That should do the trick. So what I do is I hold it, boom, let me just shorten this a bit. I mean, like, because I'm going to tell you something in a second. Okay, so you just hold it like this and just kind of run it back and forth just a little bit to make sure that you're not clamping the cord, and just bring it down like that. And then pull it really tight, nice and tight. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. This is really interesting. A lot of times, like people that make necklaces that have a lot of knots in them, they'll be like, oh, the cord's stretched. So then they'll start trying to stretch their griffin. They'll put weights on it. They'll like do all kinds of like strange things. The only thing you really need to do with griffin is like get a flat iron and get the kinks out. You could, one thing that I do is I wet it and I crank my flat iron all the way up. I mean, it's not like I'm going to hold it like there for like an hour to where it's going to burn. But sometimes I wet it down. I just go back and forth and it gets all the kinks out and it's beautiful. The number one reason your cords, your necklaces like look like they stretch is because the knots are not tight enough. And if you think about it, if you have a knot that's kind of tight and then you make a bunch of them and you wear it, boom, 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 over time, you know, gravity like it tightens the knots a little bit more. And guess what happens? It gives the appearance that the cord stretched when in fact the main culprit was that the knots weren't tight enough. Think about that. Has that ever happened to you? That is the number one problem. So I'm going to come in here, make my second knot so it doesn't like come apart, and boom, and cut. Whoops. Actually, you want to leave like a little more space, like maybe half an inch. But in any event, see, now it's 10 inches in between the knots, because that's where the target, you want the 10 inches like between the knots, because these are like decorative. So you put a macrame slide knot on here, and now look, your price tag is permanently on there. And I'll do a macrame slide knot in case you're not familiar with it. I hope that most of you are. And the cord that I like for the macrame slide knots is the faux leather in the 0.5. Let's see, let me pick a color. Ooh. You know what? I'd like to like put really like unusual color. No, let's see. I need like a paler shade of blue. That one. Or maybe beige? I don't know. You know what? I'll just do like blue. Because you know, sometimes just having that little extra pop of color is really nice. 16 inches. I'm going to do this really quickly. And then I'm going to talk about the situation with the beads. And with the this one here. Where is it? Where did it go? Oh, where did she go? Because I've got such a, this one. I'll talk about that. In the cord that I put in that one, was like some thin like nylon. And if you guys are not making like adjustable slide knot jewelry, I mean, a couple of shows ago, a few shows back, Pat couldn't have said it better. She said that the 10-second rule, and you know what? Being able to just get it on and off as quickly as possible is like fantastic. And the advantage is you can wear more stuff faster, and it costs less money to make, okay? Because if you're putting buttons and stuff, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I love a nice button, but the way it's put on, it has to be like something that's like quick and easy, like to like get on and off. Because, you know, I'm the type that, you know, even if I pass by a mirror and don't have anything on, I'll go put a bracelet on or something. Okay. And then I know this is like repetitive. You guys have always seen this a million times. I'm holding it. See, with my nail, I'm pushing because you don't want you want the slide knot to be as tight as possible. And I'm going to fluff this out because the fluffer melts faster. Uh-oh, you don't want that. And then wait a couple of seconds and then tap it. You see how it leaves a nice little like buttony type thing? And then you do the same thing on the other side. This one's good. And the right, Susanna, that way it doesn't come off. And you know, oh, that was one thing that I really like struggled with because there was a shop that, you know, I mean, like a couple of times a year I sell my stuff there. And I was putting the tags on with like the little string, which I don't like. Ugh, these are such a pain. I wish they would just sell them like without the string. That would be so much nicer. So there you have it. Look at that. Oh, I'm gonna wear it right now because it's finished and it's cute. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on. And in the so the you could put safely put oh, and another thing, don't use your teeth. I had a friend over here the other day and she did this to, I was like, don't ever use your precious teeth. You can like literally you could like tighten it, like if it's too tight, just use a clip from your board or something. You could just put it in there and then tighten it just like this. If I ever do not use your teeth, every time I see someone use their teeth for something, it's to me it's the equivalent of someone like scratching their nails on a board because it just like creeps me out. Okay, so beautiful. Look at that, guys. This is like literally the 1 minute bracelet. There is no excuse. And just think about it. Ooh, you could use large hole beads to give it like an extra oomph. So let's say the beads cost you, because I know that right now that large hole pearls are kind of like expensive because, you know, so if you use 3, it's simple. People love simple. It's fast. It's easy. It's stylish. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's just the best. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the situation with, let's go with this guy here. All right. So the next in the queue was remember those pink beads I was telling you about earlier that kind of lost their pizzazz because, you know, it's a transparent bead. So I used this cord. This is, I bought it. I don't know what it is. It is called Wonderful Dazzle because I liked it because it's sparkly. It's like a rayon cord. So that means regardless of what you use, I don't know a lot about rayon, but the first thing I always do every time I get a new cord is I test it to see if it melts. Does this melt? Let's see, did it melt? Where is my focus? Am I out of focus? Oh, there it goes. You go like this. No. And how do you know if a cord melts? Because I do get this question very often. And it turn into a ball. If you go like this and you blow on it, you see that? That is a synthetic. And then I don't want to touch it yet, but yeah. So, and always test your cord because I bought some cord. I specifically wanted silk. I didn't want it to melt. I wanted silk. I got like 7 colors in and I just decided to test it because I always do. And guess what? It was polyester. So this company that I bought it from was charging a premium for silk and it was actually polyester. So always test your cord. And it's really important because if you make something, let's say you make this whole necklace and you think it's a synthetic and you go to melt the ends, and it ends up just poofing because it's silk, that can be like a waste of time for you. So always test the cord. So since I know that this doesn't melt, I will have to use like a little bit of like an adhesive on the end. And this is like a stuff I use as a glue. It's called Maker's Magic. And what I did was I put it in a bottle and I love this stuff. It's waterproof. It dries clear. You can also use a clear nail polish. Okay, so let's do this. So I've got my bracelet here and I'm going to take this cord and I'm going to get a leadered needle. Now we're going to take one of those puppies. Let's get this one. I'm going to cut this off because I really don't need it on this cord. Okay, I mean, people, and I tell you, um, customers, especially if you're doing like street fairs or like shows or whatever, I mean, people are there to buy. I mean, they are there to buy. When I go to these shows, I mean, I'm always on the lookout for something to spend money on. I tell you, because I mean, do I buy jewelry at these shows? Yes, I do. But usually I buy stuff that I know that that I can't make. I'm not going to buy something that I can obviously make. So most of the things that I get are like, now that's a lie. I buy anything if I like it. Whoops. Yes, if my husband's watching this, I'm a liar. Yes, because it's jewelry. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put this in and put this in to hold it, and let me clean this off a bit, guys, because I am a big mess maker. And I'm just going to string all these through just like this. And this tip, couple of things. It assists, if let's say you want a little extra sparkle, like that's the main purpose here. Or let's say the beads, when you put the knot, it needs a little extra, because let's say the beads barely fit. Oh, you're just like, I really want to use this cord, but I can't. So if you string on, sometimes even as something as thin as like an S-lon, that will fix the problem right up. I mean, it could be the same color, it could be a different color. I'm going to use like this gold here. Ooh, where'd my needle go? Ideally, I mean, I should just slide. Oh yeah, you want to slide the bead onto the needle. You don't want to slide the needle, because one thing that happens, you can like catch the cord, and then that's like another whole gigantic waste of time. So let's string these on and pull this through. Ooh, ta-ta. See that? So now we've got that extra cord in there. Okay, let me leave a few inches. I didn't want to sacrifice my cord, but I'm going to, because I have to. I'm going to put my knot here, tighten it, boom, tighten that. Where's the knotting awl? Or you could use a stick or anything that's like pointy, just to get this guy back and forth and pull it tight. And 2 inches. So let's do our 2 inches and 4, 5, 6 right there. I'm going to tighten that. Okay, now for the fun part. When you're adding oh, no. Take that off. Okay, back up. We have to, when we do this first knot, oh no. You need to put that second cord in there. Oh my goodness. I'm glad this cord is thick. That's one nice thing about the Hawaiian twist. It's thick. And if you make a mistake like I just did. Okay, so let's get this on. Okay. Both cords. Let's pull this through like that. Now 2 inches. Let's go 1, 2. I'm going to clip it right there and clip both. When you're working with 2 cords, guys, I'll be honest with you, it's going to take a little bit longer than, it's not going to be like the super fast. But let's take this off. I don't need that anymore. Let me cut my leader needle off. And you know what? When you cut your leader needles, always cut at the knot, because they are reusable. I make mine long, so that way I don't have to sit there. Maybe like once a month or once every 2 months, I just like sit there and make like a bunch of them. So here's this. Now we're going to make the knot, the second knot right there. Okay, Since this is, like I said, it's like a viscose, that's where this stuff has to come in. You need to put like a little tiny drop on the knot. Okay. Ooh, let's... Ooh, a little bit. Right there. Right where the knot's going to sit. Because that's ultimately where you're going to like put that, and then you come over here and tighten. And you have to pull, like, see the cords aren't, the knots aren't like evenly tightened. So you're gonna have to pull one and then the other. So we're gonna bring this over here. Whoops. You know what, if this, now this is too, oh, you need to work quick though, because that stuff dries fast. So I'm just gonna use my fingernail. So I'm gonna like tighten, and tighten. You want to look at the knot to make sure they're all like evenly, like perfect. And then you slide your next bead. Oops, I'm like out of the, you slide your next bead on, squish it down real well. And then you do the same thing. And that, I mean, each knot after this does not need glue, but you want to look at them and make sure that each strand is like tight. I mean, that's the only disadvantage to doing it this way. But you know, sometimes you have that bead that you just want to use, and it doesn't fit, and you, by God, you're going to make it work. Look, oh, look at that. This is like really sparking it up. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, and then you come in and cut, and see that? See how that second cord isn't, you could take a lighter. No, don't use a lighter. Use like a low temp thread zapper to like fit, like clean up that little fluff. Let's see. And then what you want to do before you do the next one is pull all the cords so so they're all, the tension is even along the whole, like all the strings, and then do the next one. So let's tighten and pull each one individually. Tighten, and you'll feel it. I just felt that. Ooh, yeah. And then look at it to make sure, and see how these cords got like floppy. So you want to move the next one down, and then like run your fingers all the way down to make sure all the slack on it. That is so cool. Look at that. It just gives it that little extra sparkle. Let's see, flip it over and back towards you. And you know what? Do the smaller cords first. Thank you, Pat. Uh-oh, I got that message late. It's 3 minutes now. So the see how I do the thinner cords first and then the thicker ones. Oh my goodness. How cool is that? So I hope this show, guys, like had a lot of like tips and tricks for you. And I don't know if any of this stuff was sold out, but these are a really good deal right now. Get them, they're on clearance. Let's see, what is the price right now? $16.74. That's a really good deal. I do, because if you look at some of my past shows, I use them a lot, and they're perfect like for the ends of necklaces, bracelets, just like finishing. And don't forget, you know, get yourself a Knotty-Do-It-All if you don't have one, and it makes a fantastic Christmas present. And I mean, I'm not going to encourage you to carry one in your car like I do, but you know, you never know when you're going to be stuck in a traffic jam, because yesterday, I'm not kidding. I made like a bunch of bracelets just sitting in traffic. So let's get this one tight, this one, and then the next one. There you go. Anyway, I think my time has come to an end here. Whoa, my clock. What happened to my clock? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Is it? What's 11? It's 10:59. Anyway, Thank you for joining the show. I had a lot of fun with the comments down below. You guys are so funny. I was like dying of laughter, and I'm like, I cannot like laugh and like do a show because I sweat. Anyway, have a fantastic week. Don't forget to send in your jewelry, and if you added anything to your cart, don't forget to check out, and don't forget to check to see if you have Brilliant Cash, because I was going to say it's the last day of the month. It's already September 4th, so nix that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.